Yeah.
I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. This is an easy decision to make. Sorry.
Shout out to Rational B. Before we get to the panel, and thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We had a nice study. We had a large audience. You know, for my small, meager channel, I am not an FD signifier. I got to like totally reconfigure how I approach YouTube so I can get on the FD signifier path so I can like grift at a high level. But I appreciate each and every one of my listeners because, you know, we got a cult following here. Everybody who's here fucking wants to be here, like really, really likes to be here. We're not just here for the clout. We here because you believe in something. And so I appreciate all my listeners. But before we jump to the panel, let me say this. And guys, I know I got you up on the panel. Just hold on for one more second. Shout out to Rational B. I totally forgot about this moment back on the Bernard Riley show. And I always shout out, but I always shout out Bernard Riley because that's the big homie. My channel kind of respond off of his channel. And like I said, we did a lot of great work. And I totally forgot about this clip. Rational B just reminded me of this moment. Great moments in Bernard Riley Hoodservative history right here.
You mad at this white girl because she talked to a supposed white supremacist and she didn't fight your black fight for you. The nerve of you niggas wanting a white girl to fight your black fight for you. But
Lord, y'all getting these panels. Some of y'all, not everybody, getting y'all feelings. And y'all have these shouting matches with each other.
To be fair, full disclosure, I know I'm doing this show tonight with full, passion and gusto and vigor. I always hated this motherfucker. For fucking years, you've been a bitch ass nigga in my eyes, bro. Fuck that. We going at it.
Imagine. Huddy, can I get it?
Hold on. Give me one more minute. Give me a second.
It's not going to happen if we're not working together with the actual people we're in community with, which includes black women and queer people. And it's never happened.
Okay, wait a minute. What do you think black women and queer people, black boys?
Stop. That is a good question. We did ask him that, and I don't think we got a satisfying answer. I want to pass it to Hoodservative. Go ahead, Hoodservative. What prompted you to come up, or you can respond directly.
Wow, that was. Now. Nah, I don't even think you want me to respond directly to where it's at right now. I would get you straight. No, because yeah, queer people and children, like, come on. Yeah, anyway, nigga. Anyway, so
hold on. So the civil rights movement was that an only black male led movement? The Black Panthers, was that only black male led? These movements that were actually successful in America, were they actually only black male led?
You keep speaking of the black
has nothing. That has nothing to do.
This is responding to
no. The civil rights. The civil rights has nothing to do with what's happening today. So that's irrelevant. That fight is fought. That fight is fought and over. The men that you're contending with right now have an entirely different set of issues and complaints that are not directly connected to the civil rights movement or who did what and who shot John.
Okay. He's talking about in principle. He's not talking about.
All right, so let's. I want to hear.
No, because what he wanted to do is use that as a wedge to try to introduce some other interests that have nothing to do with what we want to talk about. So never mind that. The thing that made me want to come up here, and this is something I think we might have to revisit this issue, Bernard, because I guess we're way deep into this show now, and I want to talk about this more in depth. But I've been listening to a lot of the pushback for the last week or so over the Pearly thing. And I was really struck back. Somebody mentioned Sperling earlier, and I was kind of struck how deep and hard Sperling was going. Because I don't know if you noticed, he was like calling niggas monkeys and bonobos and chimpanzees and shit. Like, he was really going in on niggas all over this white girl who did nothing to nobody, and nobody did nothing to like help her along the way as far as the black manosphere is concerned. And it's just amazing. It's really amazing to me how some people, and I'm saying somebody, especially in regards to Mr. FD right here in front of us, some people can say that they care about the community on the whole, yet they take this little opportunity. They take this really, really nothing of an opportunity to absolutely shit on everything that Black men believe in, everything that we want, everything that matters to us, everything that we say is important, everything that just fucking bothers us, all because you're upset with a white woman. And I think that's a really deep psychological point right there. Like, something about this white woman just brings out all the Black male hatred. And so now FD up here basically trying to get us to explain why she's successful as if we're responsible for it. Like, you want bad enough that your vision of Black men is to be some type of drone for the matriarchal community that you think is the way it's supposed to be, because there is no Black male sovereignty in a matriarchal community. The idea that the Black women are going to get freedom and have everything they want, and that automatically means the Black men are going to be happy, you're lying, and you know you're lying, because you ultimately don't value what Black men want. So how you going to sell Black men a world where what we want matters when you don't fucking care? The whole thing is a scam. And this is what I've been noticing lately about this so-called pro-Black movement. And I don't got beef with every single pro-Black out there, but goddamn, y'all niggas really going hard against Black men, more so than the white man that you're supposed to be out there fighting. We just saw a perfect example of that with Obsidian running Jason Black interviews talking to Jared Taylor. You mad at this white girl because she talked to a supposed white supremacist and she didn't fight your Black fight for you. The nerve of you niggas wanting a white girl to fight your Black fight for you. But anyway, y'all mad that the white girl didn't fight for your Black ass. And then Jason Black dumbass, he's sitting there being fucking Samuel Jackson and Django. When he talking to Jared Taylor, yo, Obsidian was killing me with that shit. Holy shit, this nigga was nice to the motherfucker. All you niggas, this is exactly how all you niggas act. You ride hard on Black men who actually care about themselves and want to see their brothers not suffer under this dumb shit you niggas believe in, and then you go around and kowtow to white people who don't love us at fucking all. How dare you niggas, bro? What the fuck is up with that?
Let's go!
Shut.
Let's go! Yo! Can I add on to that?
We used to have good times over there, man. We had a lot of good times over there. We got a panel. I had you guys waiting patiently. I revisited a little brief glory moment. I totally forgot about that clip. Thank you, Rational B, for dropping that clip in the chat, man. That was great.
Well, I want to add on to what you said, because like with FD, like I got smoke for FD. I do, because one of like the greatest animes that he's against, and the reason why he's against it, because he's against like the masculinity of the anime. This was Attack on Titan, and because pretty much a decision had to be made, and it was basically delete half the world or lose the whole world. And FD was like, why would you do that? Kind of thing. So, yeah, like, you might not understand the reference, but basically FD was like, he was on some, why would you delete half the world when you could just let everybody go?
Because he doesn't understand. I mean, listen, I am not saying that every element of the masculine urge is somehow beautiful and wonderful and wholesome and loving. There is a deep part of, the masculine desire. Listen, if I can't conquer the world, I'll burn this son of a bitch down. Right? That's a part of the extreme male ego too, right? But to see it expressed in an anime form is not something to cry about. That's kind of where you fall off the map. Like, don't cry because a cartoon hurt your feelings, nigga.
Well, FD, his whole thing was like, he doesn't agree with it at all, and like he's pretty much like an illustration of like the average like incel. When like what he was talking about, like the whole thing was like lose the whole world or save half the world. Yeah.
We got like a kind of a full house in here tonight, man. Welcome to the show, guys. Black Socrates, you were the very first to join the panel, so let me hear from you, man. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? How's everyone doing?
Hey, Black Socrates.
What's good,
All right, cool. So what's the actual question? The question is why the black community is filled with black men who are feminists, or
you can take
why
that
there's so
question if you like. I just simply state that there are too many black feminists. You can take that wherever you want to go with it.
Well, of course there would be a lot of black feminists. The black community is a matriarchy, so.
Well, you want to. It sounded like you had a theory as to why. I am curious. I do want to hear you guys' explanation as to the whys. I have my own theories, but I don't care about my shit.
Can I interject? Black Socrates is a god.
Hold on. Don't cut him off yet, because I just gave him the mic. I want to hear Black Socrates. Why do you think maybe there are so many black feminists, black male feminists?
Because the black community is a gynocratic matriarchy, where all the resources from the civil rights movement up until now has been put towards black women, and therefore a lot of black men have decided that their way to get resources is by cowtailing and simping for black women, and that's why they're black feminists. It's all about.
I think there is a lot of truth in that.
It's the same reason why black men care about game. Black men care about dressing up and having swag. It's all to appease black women who have the resources. So instead of actually getting skills and being masculine, I'm not saying all black men, obviously, but the black men who are feminists, they've decided that they're not going to try to pursue masculinity or take hold of masculinity. They're just going to kowtow to black women and be, a hybrid, homosexual, chimpanzee type of, compliant, subservient acolyte for the gynocratic order.
I think you complicate it, though.
Well, let me just say this. Let me say this real quick. You mentioned game, Socrates, and one of my observations about the evolution, the advent and evolution of game. There was no real game as we understand it before the modern world. Like before modernity, there was the Victorian era. We had maybe the industrial age, then there was the Victorian era, then the industrial age, and then there was modernity, right? Yeah. Game kind of came to be somewhere in late industrialism. And what happened with late industrialism was all the the feminism and the women's rights and all that shit. And what I think is that game is an advent of extreme modernity. And from the black male perspective, game is it's a supplement for the lack of traditional masculine quality. Whether or not, without getting into social political shit, I'm just saying that for a lot of black men, they can make up for wherever they place in the masculine scale, they can make up for that with an element of game. And that seems to be very key in black love.
I so don't agree with that. That is totally false, bro.
Me too.
Hold on, dirty. Okay. Wait. Don't jump the line. Don't jump the line, dirty. Andre, you were next up, bro.
Game is pretty much like dealing with low quality black women. That's what it is. Like, we gotta call it what it is. I mean, like you might catch some decent quality black women in the net, but for the most part, it's low quality black women. We gotta call it what it is.
That's crazy word. Low quality black women fuck the logo. That's why we call them nation hoes. Look, game is eternal, bro. Like, the first printed book on a book press was the Iliad. You know what the Iliad was about? A nigga with game fucking a married woman. Man, Don Juan DeMarco was a quote unquote pimp, but they ain't call him a pimp because he white. That's game. Everybody got game. That's why shotgun marriages exist, because you're not just gonna take the honey for free. I'm gonna put my gun in your mouth. You're gonna marry my daughter. You got her pregnant. But everybody's game is game. It's not oh my God, 1960s people learn how to talk in rhymes. No, game being game. I'm not gonna give y'all that and put that on black women being dumb.
I would counter. Hold on.
Okay. Hold on. Can I say something real quick? If game is game.
Oh, and he game.
Hold on. If game is game. Whoa. If game is game, somebody was speaking. If game is game.
Spit it out, nigga. If game is game, what?
That's a cliffhanger right there. Come on.
Well, did somebody just drop off? Did he die? What the fuck was that?
I don't know, man. Did he save himself?
Did he Dave himself? Did he kill himself? Oh well.
That nigga gamed himself to death. What just happened?
No, Dave. He Daved himself.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
All right, you're back. All right, game is game.
I said, if game is game, what game do white men have?
There you go.
PUA.
That is a great question. Do you think the majority of white guys got by with the PUA type of game? Like that's a very modern concept in and of itself.
Yeah, but
hold on. My initial theory, Dirty Folk, even to you, my initial standpoint is that game, as black people refer to it, is a very modern thing. Before the world of women having rights, there was no room for game. You need to have masculine qualities in order to procure a woman.
Yeah, but hood. Part of your masculine like procurement process was like being charming, talking to the father, showing competence. No, seriously. Like if you ask for a woman, if you were courting a woman or whatever, you had to have a certain part of competence.
I'm not arguing against you. I'm not arguing against you saying having a certain amount of confidence. But before women had rights, you couldn't get by with just confidence. No, because that bitch had a father.
No. Competence.
Competence. Oh, competence is different. There you go.
Hello.
Let me say
something real quick. I think this goes back to like the evolution of society. So if you go to the Republic of Plato, Socrates did this long speech when he talked about how societies evolved to having a democracy, which is a society of honor, which is materialistic, then an oligarchy after they cure wealth, to a democracy, then a tyranny. So my thing is that the reason why game has become important is because society became more democratic. Why society became more democratic? More people were allowed to vote, including women. So it started leaning towards more quote unquote democratic values. What are democratic values? The gift of gab, being loquacious, being cutthroat and servile and sneaky, more like Iago. Whereas prior to this, societies were more timocratic, meaning that militaristic virtues were applauded.
Black Socrates, like
what?
Just go ahead and like try to tell a bitch about like all these ideologies and see if you get any play.
What?
Yeah, but I'm as pro black as it. Look, I'm as pro male as it gets, right? Fuck them colors. Yeah. I'm as pro male as it gets, right?
Sure.
And I need you to quit convoluting men and women with black women because women don't come in black. You got masculine men with vaginas. But what do you call it? Courting, game, chivalry, dating, whatever you call it, right? It's that, as a matter of fact, even biblically, them motherfucking Jews was spitting so much game that you had to have Moses go on a mountain and counterfeit some shit to come back and say, yo, don't fuck your neighbor wife, bro. Quit spitting game at your neighbor wife. You didn't call it game. It was
no. The guy who won the battle got the woman. Like if you were in medieval times and you were the best warrior, you got women because they would have got women for you.
Yeah, like but
40 years for a 7-day walk.
Hey, let me bridge the gap. Let me bridge the gap between Black Socrates and Dirty. So like all these things are natural derivatives of things that would not normally happen. Game is just like a offshoot of this, just like PUA is an offshoot. And it's like, I mean, peacocking just happens in natural society, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Just an extreme version of it.
To me, game is important after the fight is over. It's like that's what game is important. It's what diplomacy comes after the war, right? So during times of war, there's a complete diminishing of that.
Like you guys got it all fucked up. Shaka like has it right in the chat when he said that like game is only for you mago mindset God-centric fools.
I mean, I kind of got it right.
Yeah, like back in the day, like try spitting game. Like game back in the day was get your fucking head cut off.
But it wasn't, bro. Y'all act like everything is war, and then you hit her over the head and drag her back to the cave, which I recommend.
It was.
Dirty Folk. I would argue that for the majority of human history, that was more close. That was a lot closer to the reality than game.
Have you ever read Viking poetry? Have you ever read Viking poetry? Have you ever read the poetry of the Mongols. Like, come on, like.
Nigga, I ain't reading no poetry. What are you talking about?
Look, I respect it, bro. I have a chapter in my book called "How to Properly."
I ain't reading no poetry.
No, for real. I got a chapter in my book, "How to Properly Date Rape." Right, and the end is after you take it, you got to cuddle with her and watch Bill Cosby show rerun, so she don't know she got it took.
Oh my god!
But look, so I'm with the caveman.
Dirty don't read no poetry neither.
You know, mild.
Yeah, he go to poetry slam the poet.
I do that too, but I snap my fingers and I smash the girl talking about the majestic. Look, what I'm saying is, they're not going to put a 1960s on dudes talking to women unsupervised. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even saying that what y'all saying is wrong. I'm not saying it's a nigga shit that happened after girls got the right to talk with clothes on. Niggas been trying to get girls' clothes off. Your great granddaddy was a stepdaddy who married a single mama who was a side chick to the granddaddy that everybody talk about, like he had families around the corner.
Hey, I think you got a point there, Dirty.
Hold on, Dirty folk. Let's imagine my great granddaddy. He was alive during the time women got rights. That's kind of exactly where the problem comes in. I'm not going to totally disavow everything
because
argue, but the existence of women having rights mean that there are a lot more unsupervised women.
Hey, yo, can we just agree that them men back in the 1920s that allowed them bitches to go ahead and have a voice like Susie B. Anthony, allowed them bitches to fucking vote, is a problem that we in now. Look, generations just got weaker and fucking weaker and fucking weaker. You know what I'm saying? All because them niggas can control their bitches.
I'll agree with that, but the 1920s, which is when all hoes happen, in times of
poverty,
in times of poverty, all girls bust down on their third husband. And what I'm saying is, it's not a 1960s problem. That's all I'm saying. Y'all like, man, they came out here and got an Arthur Bonds.
Dirty folk. Did Gilgamesh have game?
Hey, Gilgamesh had bread, bro. His money didn't talk.
What about Alexander the Great? Was Alexander the Great smooth with the talking?
Great.
You think he was smooth?
That's a bad example. I think he loved men more than he loved women, but we ain't.
That's not. Hey,
that kind of makes the question. They knew he was bisexual, and the bitch was like, he's still a king, though.
Wait. Hold up. They still doing that to this day. There's a dude in Atlanta right now doing makeup tutorials and women lining up out the block to date this dude.
That's a slander that Alexander the Great was bisexual. Historians made that up after the fact. There's no evidence of it.
Look.
Yeah, but there was enough of them in that society.
I can accept that.
There was enough of them in that society though to know, like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even to this day, if you go to certain parts of Europe, they be like the men are for fun and the women are for children.
No.
The homosexual erotica of ancient Greece. They was very with the shit.
Whoa. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to slander.
Slander is documented facts now, man. We know Alexander was a Macedonian first.
What they never put in the movie 300 was the boy fucking. That's the
Hold on. First of all, number one, the arguments about how gay Greece was is highly exaggerated, and there's actually scant evidence.
You're not gonna tell me.
Are you serious with
oh man, okay, listen. We don't have to argue. Oh man, listen.
No, so what you're saying is it did happen. It just happened in less. It just happened less.
This is my argument.
They were only a little gay.
Let me see my my argument. Number one.
Before we had this argument, let's keep this in context. You're not gonna tell me your people not dick suckers when you want to
wait, I can't hear what you said.
Keisha ain't shit, and then bail out when we say your niggas suck dick. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna take this.
What? What you said? I can't hear him. What you said?
They have lady boys. These motherfuckers. The fucking Mona Lisa is a picture of a man in drag and white men.
No, it is. What? No. Well, hold on. First of all, I'm not gonna talk about
with the Mona Lisa. I'm not claiming that one.
Let's talk about ancient Greece. So first of all, in ancient Greece, right? Number one, the arguments that people made about them being gay is from gay historians or pro-gay historians who would read into ancient Greece history and culture gayness. There is hardly any evidence in actual Greece. Prime example. There is no gay gods. Name one of the gods who are gay, or did Zeus ever rape someone? A male? No.
Let him cook.
Go ahead.
Let him
Go
cook.
ahead.
Let him
Go
cook.
ahead and have my argument.
Yeah, but
Let
Hood,
him cook.
he asked a question. He asked
Let
a
him cook.
question.
Are you finished though? Are you finished?
No. What they use is those clay pots and the pictures on clay pots, and they said that a whole bunch of them depicted gay acts. That is not true. Only a few of them, and those clay pots were belonging to particular wealthy men who may have an interest in this. That was not widespread. The next argument is that there was this concept of mentorship where mentors had younger people and they had a homosexual with them. That is an abuse of the words. They take the words and say, oh, they must be gay because like they do this now. There was two people found in Pompeii who were hugging each other and they say, oh, those two people must have been gay. They could have been brothers. Yeah, I'm like they do this. They read gay stuff into everything. That's not stop it.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny on Twitter? They told the Pompeii gay story and they were like, imagine 10,000 years ago a volcano is about to as a volcano is blowing up in your face. You can see it. There's no way out, and you or your homie are like, "Hey, bro, it was nice life,
This
man. Good knowing you." And next thing you know, modern people be like, "Look at these two faggots."
Y'all just supposed to like give each other like a little dap, but make sure there's a gap.
What if it's a father and son? What if it's a father and son? All I'm saying is that they do read gayness into things. They read gayness. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can we stop going down this weird line of conversation? I'm not sure why we're talking about gayness.
We can't.
No, it's funny. It did come up, but hold on. The other question on the table though, is black male feminism, which gayness is kind of an ancillary connection to that topic. But why are there so many why is male feminism so prevalent in the black male population? Because more so than any other group of men, especially in America, black men are the most progressive, the most egalitarian. We are the most feminist, and I hate that for us. That's why we suck.
You know why, Hood? It's go all the way back to that nigga W.E. Du Bois. He was the most progressive ass nigga. This go back to the 1920s, back at the Harlem Renaissance with all them faggot ass writers, and they got together and influenced a new black man, which became the fucking dudes in the World War II, which became the niggas that became, we called them gay ass boomers, and retrospect we called them other niggas, man. Look, anytime you have a motherfucker Black History Month and only people that are referenced are the communists, Marxist motherfucker people that follow feminist agenda, that program your goofy ass, who do you blame?
Well, there you go, right there. Go ahead, Freeman.
All the way back to slavery.
Hold on, Freeman's Journal. Yeah, jump in there.
We got Freeman's up here.
At the
what's up, Freeman?
Yo, what's up? Hey, at the inception of freedom, that is where it was, and it has remained there until this day. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, I hate to say the legacy of slavery. I'm not saying that as to point the finger, but I mean, they have been subservient to women since then. Like it didn't come from anywhere else, right? It didn't land like an asteroid in 1899 or anything. It's been that way, right?
Man, we ain't landing on mama's car landing on us.
Like I was hold on. Like I was saying earlier, well, I put a post on Twitter. It's just black men are that way. And this whole gender war thing is not a gender war, right? It's just black men who are looking at that and saying, I don't want any part of it. And they're just walking away. And so the women and the D.L. Hughley Brigade, right, are throwing a fit, right? Because they see people walking away and it just comes with all the sign language, shame, blame, and explain, right? And the sign language, right? That's all you get. Just over and over again.
Freeman, is your mama black?
Wait, hey, no, here's the question. My mama light skinned, but I like dark skinned women.
Mine's too, Freeman. Mine's too. Right? What a coinky dink.
I'll add to it. I want to add to what you guys said because both of those are great answers, and that's why black people can't get past slavery too. By the way, because slavery is the best time in American history for black women. That's why everybody's been enslaved, every country, every peoples, but everybody else can go back to a time in which things were great, and black people have to go to nursery rhymes like we was kings, and it was a matriarchy anyway. But I'll say this
or more recently, the 1950s for some reason.
But this is my reason. I like the slavery move. That was good. I like what Mr. O said. That was good. I'm gonna say because black men are fucking cowards.
I agree with you. That was great.
They hide behind the skirts of women. They hide behind Mexicans talking about a black and brown coalition. They got to go get some goddamn Africans who fucking eat pig noses and be like, oh, they black too. Man, we all playing a crayon game. Maybe they'll help us.
All right, hey, Dirk, you forgot one thing. They let the white man run the NAACP for over 100 years before they even got a chance.
Well, the tiny hat. The tiny hat.
I think we're losing like the point of like the conversation. Because like initially we were talking about like FD and his whole thing.
But now the question, I thought the question was why are black men feminists? And black men are feminists for the reasons they say it, and because they goddamn cowards.
Well, the example of the feminist was FD, because I think Stanley
FD gay, bro. He closet gay, bro. We already know what his situation is.
Well, FD is actually married, but
that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, bro.
Well, wait. You never.
He's still gone. He's gay adjacent at best. That's why we come up with this terminology. He's gay adjacent because he's a very pro-gay individual.
Yeah, like I never got to finish. Like FD's married, but like I still believe that he's gay. I still do. It's
bro. Hey, give him the Bud Light treatment.
I listen to what he talks about, and I've actually looked in his comment section, and I've seen like people, like just people that are like, I'm a trans person or a gay person from Russia or Germany or whatever, and I love your content. That's the majority of the people that I see in this comment section.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah, he gets the all that stuff, but also another thing that y'all fail to realize that a lot of people in those weird spaces, like him and Destiny, going back and forth like several times. In fact, Destiny had to block him because
I never knew they were beefing. That's crazy.
Yeah, they was beefing like crazy, man. And Destiny had to block him, man.
Pause. You can't say those two people and then say beef. Pause. You just got to put a pause.
yeah.
Hey, you heard about Nick Fuentes and Destiny, little bro love.
We ain't going there, man. We're
not gonna go there. I'm gonna say this: the Nick thing is they always trying to put that on the little nigga. The Destiny part is 1,000% true. Destiny be out there sucking niggas off, but they keep trying to say that's Nick, and they just hating on a little nigga. There's no confirmation whatsoever that that's Nick, but they be trying to say that that's him.
I thought Nick was just a super incel, like Saban.
He is like the nigga too incel to be gay. Even like, goddamn, stop that shit.
Yeah, we're back on topic now. Guys like FD Signifier. Now these gawns. See, again, great illustration, great lead up to this topic. See, he has to he has to have a beard, and you know why? That's the reason why the women and the feminists of the non-sausage and the sausage kind, they follow his content because again he's a gone.
Hey, is that a double entendre?
I mean, it is. But here's the thing, and this is why, even though I totally invent terminology to express these ideas, I don't want to just land on that and only that, because it kind of removes from the validity of your deeper intellectual arguments. Like, yeah, you're gay, but you're gay and that's kind of where I needed to go. Like, you're gay, but you're gay and you also hate men. You probably hate men because you're gay, but you know you're gay and such and such and such. That's kind of because just to point out they're gay doesn't really get to the bottom of why it's fucked up.
Hey, what's wild with him especially is the fact that he tries to go like, you know, so critical against the dudes, and he don't say nothing to the women. So it's not even like, oh, you were raised by a single mother or whatever. It's like, nah, he done bought this stuff hook, line, and sinker. Because I remember it was either that particular show, Hood, or another one within like, you know, one or 2 week span. We came up on a panel and I was up there too. And this dude actually was like going at Mr. Fantastic like crazy, talking about we need to get together. Y'all need to basically follow me, and we need to link up with our gay brothers and sisters. And I'm like, hell are you talking about, man? This is the problem.
Well, this is again what I was saying before. Their whole conception of like whiteness and white masculinity requires them to lean on not just women but even the gays, because whiteness is to be white is to be straight. Also, it's kind of a part of their paradigm. Like, queerness is intricately aligned with blackness, but the hetero think about this term, heteronormative patriarchy. That's a thing that they believe in, and it's also
that sounds gay.
But that's what they believe in, and it's an attack point for them. It's an enemy. It's an attack vector for them. They see the heteronormative patriarchy. So heteronormative meaning it's normal to be straight, and patriarchy. So straight patriarchy is the norm, and they see that as something wrong to destroy.
The natural state.
If you have
The
to phrase
natural.
it as
Go
if you have
ahead.
to phrase it if you have to phrase it as heteronormative patriarchy, like that just sounds gay as hell. There's
No,
no
it
reason.
is. It is the natural state of things.
It was created by angry mutant homosexuals. So
The
you're not wrong.
the natural state of things is what you take offense to. Like now, think psychologically what that means. The thing that has brought to us by the creator is what you're attacking. Like Hood talks about it all the time. It's the anti-life equation.
Having patriarchy like the white man has, that's not gonna help us. All right,
Bro, you know exactly what that is too, and this is why I include that.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't gonna help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
Hold that thought. Andre, hold that thought 1 second. Shout out to Dominic for the $10 cash app. Thank y'all for supporting the panel, by the way.
Yo.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry! You not like Hulk angry! Hulk no like fighting girls.
Dre, I cut you off. You were about to say something, Andre.
Yeah, I've been saying for like a few months now. Yeah, you and Z, like y'all need to have a debate, or you and
I'm subscribed to Z, but I've never actually. I don't know if I've ever interacted with Z. I don't think I got beef with Z on any significant level. But it would be interesting to see where the lines actually break apart.
Yeah, like it's not about having beef. Like him, like Z or keep it 100. Like I don't think you have beef with either of them. But I think that
100 is a homie. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what's the difference between talking to Mr. Z and BGS? Because he's had plenty of back and forth with BGS.
Well, BGS on a personal level, I just think BGS just dislikes me. So it's this weird thing of when I talk to him, all right, let me say two things. One, BGS has a very sort of obnoxiousness to him. When he talks to just people in general, he seems to talk down to most people. And I don't respond well to that. I'm not an ass kisser, so I'm just gonna talk to you like I don't respect you. Like, I mean, not that I don't respect you, but I'm gonna talk to you with zero reverence. That's the thing. And
as you should. He's a fucking boomer that don't know shit. How you live? Go ahead.
Hold on. BGS seems to respond better to the people in his camp who have a level of reverence for him. And because I don't come off with that, he and I always have this weird standoffish kind of energy. And it's frustrating, but it's something I hate that about how he and I interact.
I kind of have the same experience. It is what it is, though.
I don't have any of this because I don't like you. I don't mess with you. I shoot your car tires. I'm from Chicago though. I'm from a place where you say something online and people come at your crib, bro. Rest in peace of JoJo.
Well, you're from Chicago. We're not.
Yeah. Let's leave Chicago politics off.
Okay.
Out of it.
Well, so but here's my thing, bro. Here's my thing. BGS being part of it, right? Boomers hate males. Listen to old men. How they revere. Me and my friends talk about how boomers have given their entire legacy, their houses, their money to whatever girl they were dating right before they died. Like, here, take that. Like, forget you got 3 kids. I was talking to somebody earlier today, Kareem, and I was like, bro, you will be amazed at how many guys I've met over the last 10 years who found out they had siblings at that daddy funeral. You'll be shocked, right? Boomer men, all of them, white and black, right, have a hatred for order, for structure, for their dads, for their sons, that is borderline gay. It really is. Their woman worship is incredible.
What do you mean borderline? They are full gay, sir. Look
You
again,
gotta come.
the
No, no,
sexual
no,
revolution.
no, sir. They're androgynous, sir.
Whatever.
Respect their pronoun. Respect their pronoun.
Man, look, man. You cannot convince me that a nigga that put on bell bottoms, walked around with the fake ass masculinity symbol, walking around with a fake beauty mode on the fucking side of their skin, both the white ones and the black ones, Jerry curl or not. You know what I'm saying? You cannot tell me they not motherfucking gay. And the gayest songs of all time. Come on, do we have to bring up one?
I did not say they did not suck a swiller from time to time. I said respect their pronoun.
Wait.
Man, I gotta go and say it's older millennials too. So look, older millennials and boomers. I gotta put it out there.
Shout out to Brian, y'all. Shout out to Brian. Thank y'all for supporting the show, by the way. I don't want to interrupt the flow, but continue.
Yeah, like there's a pause that was needed in what, like, the line of like conversation that y'all were going down. Just throw a pause in there and continue.
Oh my god. Yo, like
on appropriate pause. Pauses are necessary.
Man, yo, like no lie though, man. Like, never trust anybody, man. Especially men that call themselves intersexual feminists. You can't trust them, man, at all.
Intersectional feminists is wild.
That's the thing,
bro. That's like a lie on top of a fantasy. Like intersectional and then feminist. Like that's two made up things trying to fucking make a fake baby.
Yeah, but this stuff is perfected in the universities. That's where this crap came from, man. Like, there's women that will correct you if you just tell them they're a feminist. They need a modifier. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, from the English language, where modifiers hardly ever do what they're intended to do. In fact, most of the time they take away versus adding. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I owe you guys an apology. When I was going through my slavery rebrand, I was talking to some liberals, right? No, true story. And they were all school teachers. These are the people that teach your kids, sirs. I'm talking to some liberals, and I ran down all the descriptors of what slavery is, right? And then I said, man, I think we should call it like but I didn't call it slavery. I followed y'all advice, right? And I called it a reparations program. And it was like, oh man, I love it. Program is the key, bro. We're gonna bring it back to slavery with a program.
Let me jump in here real quick. Good evening, everyone. Let me say this, right? A lot of this feminist bullshit is just for these guys to get access to the black box. It's not as deep as everyone wants to make it. They know that if they exercise any sort of patriarchy, the black woman is going to be in revolt of it. So they just pander and go along so that they can keep getting access to the box.
I disagree.
I mean, okay, you're free to disagree. Yeah, like it's just pandering to get the box. Now, I don't know if anyone noticed, but which is a weird dynamic. The black man's relationship with the black woman is kin to the black woman's relationship with the Democrat Party.
Yep.
And ironically, the black woman always comes out on the wrong side of it. The Democrat Party panders to black women to get their vote. Black men pander to black women to get their box, but the black women don't get anything in return.
And the black men don't get nothing from. Man, all right, I'll follow you, American man. I'm sorry, Hood, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say I'm kind of with Charles on this one. There's no such thing as a black box. Truly, it's all pink on the inside. All women are women.
And not only that, I would agree with everything you said, except I would exchange box for purse. They want because black women are the biggest consumers. All those pandering dudes don't get box, bro.
Hey, even it's a weird thing, right? So maybe at one point in time that was the end goal. Now it's just like, one of them church hugs is good enough for some of these dudes, man. It's crazy.
But black women can help you or they can fuck you, but they can't do both. So when you pander, they'll give you cash apps, but they'll never give you ass. If you tell them you hate them, they be like, he need to be dead. But what's your number? I'm a DM. Like it.
Well,
Black women
I
are
think
so funny?
Derek Jackson.
You know what's so funny? I had a
think
girl.
Derek Jackson would beg to differ.
He got
I
the
think if you
nerve.
ask Derek Jackson, he'll tell you. I think if you ask Dr. Umar, because they're all spreading their legs for those guys that
No,
pander.
y'all,
Nah,
No, they
it's so
not.
funny. Hold on, Dirty
y'all
Folk. It's so funny
awakening.
you say that. It's so funny you say that, Dirty Folks, because I remember this one girl. Literally, she had nothing to help me with until well after I stopped trying to fuck her. But it just so happened she worked at a place that I needed some access to.
Bro, look, they can help you or they can fuck you, but they can look, bro. I know a girl. Look, she can do your taxes every year. Give her some dick, she'll forget how to count. I don't know how to do taxes. Bitch, you did it last 2 years. They can help you or they can fuck you. They can't do both because if they do both, the slavery, right? As far as is the Umar thing, Umar got babies by strippers. You know what type of girls he fuck with, bro? They not high quality girls, and he paid. He paid and he simp. You got to do one or the other. If you're gonna simp, you should get it for free. If you're gonna pay, then what the fuck you simping for? He paid.
Bro, that's beautiful. That's
Well,
perfect. That is
you
perfect
just talked a whole
symmetrical
bunch of
logic.
Jews.
Simps don't pay, and niggas that pay don't simp. Like, I don't know where you niggas come from with that shit.
Bro.
I actually heard yeah, on like the initial topic about like the FD thing, like he is a frequent, maybe not frequent, but he's been over on like the Diallo Miata, like with the pro black lefty side and stuff, right? And yeah, Mr. Z been over there as well, and so has MOT, and MOT actually got cooked when he went over there.
Yeah, hold on. Dre, start over. MOT got cooked when he went over to who? FD Signifier? Tell me that story.
No. Well, he went over on Diodo Kenyatta's channel, and that is like a hyper pro black channel, and he went over there and he was like, the manosphere is trash and all this kind of stuff, and like they were like, what is the manosphere? And like when he started explaining himself, like they just cooked him. It was bad.
I mean that's the MOT problem. Good for him.
Hey, Hood, he is from the future.
Yeah. He's supposed to suffer the things before we suffer him. I'm glad he did that because now I know. That's why we need future niggas so we know the shit not to do.
I want to point out something.
You gotta make that montage with FD, Deborah, and MOT together. That make the whole trifecta in a stream though. But go ahead, y'all.
I want to point out something that FD said, right? When he was talking about who watches videos and this and that. And he said his most watched video was him talking about black conservatives. Now, I would like to see the analytics on that, and I can tell you why. I guarantee
I can tell you something right away. The title of the video is "Black Conservatives Are Bad at Sex," so it's super provocative.
Oh yeah, but guess what? Hold on. Let me finish. I can guarantee you that most of that almost million views came from white liberals because that's porn for them to hear a black person talk about how bad black conservatives are.
At sex, yeah, especially.
I mean, anything.
But like to act like this dude has his hand on the pulse when it comes to general society, he's like stuck in academia land somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He could talk to whoever he wants to talk to. He don't even understand, really how we think. You know what I'm saying?
This is why I kind of zeroed in on FD Signifier for tonight's show. Is because not even to make it personal per se, because my personal dislike for him is irrelevant. It's not like I'm going to try to pick a fight with him if I see him. It's nothing like that. But he represents a wave of black male intellectual thought that is kind of almost consuming the majority of black men. Like he said it himself. Most of his audience is men. And I imagine he has a lot of black male listeners, even if it is 50-50. He has a huge channel. So that's a lot of black men. Because a lot of dudes have went through college. They've went through the university system. They have had to write papers extolling the virtues of black male feminists. They had to sing the fucking praises of black male feminism.
I mean, to get certain go ahead.
College makes you gay.
Yeah, just real quick, like unfortunately,
college makes you gay. Exactly.
The Frederick Douglass School of Thought. You know, Frederick Douglass was the first black male feminist.
Just unfortunately, I watched a few of his videos, like FT Signifier videos, and like I said, like just looking in the comment section, it's like all I'm seeing is I'm a gay person, I'm a trans person from this and this place, and I love your videos. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pandering for like he doesn't actually.
The comment section is saying that kind of
Yeah, because he doesn't actually have a belief system. He's pandering. If the tide changes over the next 20 years, and all that pandering is over, and everyone suddenly goes conservative, I can guarantee you, his videos will change. His content will change because he doesn't really have a position.
I think he is a true believer. And we could debate, we could disagree on this forever, but I think the true believer thing is a real thing. And this is why too many black men are feminists, because they are true believers. It's not a fad, it's not a style, it's a religion. This is the mission from God.
Yeah, but what does a good book say? What does a good book say about, like, teaching the child? So, as an adult, he doesn't depart from it. You teach him at a very young age or whatever, and guess what? You can't get him out of that. They have to have they have to have a come to Jesus moment to get out of that.
You know what? My dad told me something 15 years ago, bro. And my dad a boomer, so it is what it is. My dad said, men seek power, which I don't believe black men do, but I digress, right? They said men seek power. So if men think that women have power, you'll see a lot of more boys dressing like girls because they want to get that power. And I said, Pops, you a boomer. You must have been wearing dresses in your day. And that was a joke. But, bro, what you're looking at now is...
His math is relatively sound, though.
I'm not even going to knock it. But my whole thing is, then why didn't you seek power? Why is it that you're trying to...
Because he didn't want to wear a dress. And for a lot of black men, the most obvious path to power was a dress. But your dad said, you know what? I'm going to work this job. I'm going to go to work every day. And I'm going to just keep this one chick happy. And that's good enough. Because, to get more power, I got to wear a dress.
No. Here's the problem with that. Number one, I don't think my dad will have a problem wearing the dress because he's a boomer. Number two...
That's cold, bro. That's so cold.
No, number two, he didn't.
It's true.
He didn't love just one woman.
Look, you got. Hold on. You got to let dirty folks dishonor his own father. We will not slander senior dirty folks.
No. Number two, he didn't just love one woman because he's a boomer. So I got 3 sisters, but none of us got the same mama. Number three, bro. It was based on the ties that he was seeing after the 2000s, but they started in the 60s when they was hiding behind women.
Well, hold on. Let me kind of tie this back to reality, and especially for your father's era, black men sought masculinity through the skirt. That's why so many black men have so many women and so many children outside of marriage, because the only real avenue to express masculinity safely is fucking bitches. But all other avenues of masculinity, like, listen, I need to control my zone. I need you bitches to behave because I'm trying to build something bigger than you hoes. All of that gets shunned. But if you want to fuck hoes and that's masculinity, there you go.
Well, I mean, like,
or you can wear a dress. Or you can wear a dress.
I don't even think y'all understand how wild what you said just sounds.
No, we know. We know exactly what it sounds like. But since
I'm not saying it's not wild, I'm saying it is.
No, but we've been around it so long. And to Freeman's point in the chat earlier, no. We're countercultural up here. This ain't what the culture is feeling.
Yeah, like
that's why we get so much pushback.
And then not only counterculture, but I am of that culture. Like I know it internally. Like I'm not the worst of it, but I got friends, I got homies. Like I see how it goes. So like I'm not speaking I'm not speaking theoretically. I'm speaking observationally.
Yeah, but like this is what happens with a lot of people that talk from like the almost like an academia, like like the clouds, if you will. Like they believe in a utopia or whatever, and there is no utopia because that means no place anyway.
And again, speaking of the academia and people who not only do they live in the clouds, they pontificate on how the clouds should function. We are down here in the real world with regular people, and the cloud people don't know shit about this real world life.
Some of y'all went to Jack and Jill's. Some of y'all went to big mega churches. Some of y'all went to HBCUs. We are the children of the elite, and we are expected to follow in the footsteps towards this low-key, very white image of what being black excellence was supposed to be.
And remember, black excellence, the white version of black excellence, as FD puts it, is very straight, very patriarchal, very masculine. That's why these niggas is gay.
Facts.
Hood, like
comes back around to feminism, huh?
Well, Hood, like I said, like my biggest point of contention with FD is that he has beef with like the most masculine fucking anime. I'm not gonna say ever made, but like in the last like few years, he has beef with that because a masculine decision had to be made. So let me with him based off that.
Let me address something in the chat. Stanley,
tripping over cartoons, bro. That's crazy work.
It is crazy, but no, set tripping over cartoons is American culture because we had some good cartoons before like 2000. Everything before the 2000s was dope, but well, not everything, but that was the great part of life. Let me say this. I want to address something. Stanley in the chat. I don't think I've said this tonight. Let me say this. Let me introduce Stanley to the chat. Fucking Stanley says the idea that the legacy black male has deep historical roots in Western
quotations.
Yeah, the quote legacy black male has deep historical roots in Western culture and its classical antiquity is ignoring history. No, I'm not ignoring history. I'm embracing history.
Yeah, but
and the soup.
Hold on. Let me get this out. I do not imagine my black maleness restricted to niggas in Africa. I am a modern black male of the 22nd century, perhaps. Is that where we are now?
21st, and stop all that out of Africa bullshit, but go ahead.
Right. I am a modern black male. I will not allow my maleness to be restricted to niggas in Africa. Whatever their greatness, whatever their misery, whatever highs and lows you want to attribute to Africa, as a modern man, I cannot let my manhood be restricted to simply Africa. I am a man of the world.
Now you realize they hate you for that, right? So that's why they hate you. Like,
that is why, right? and that is also why I hate them. I hate them because they hate me. That's why my hate is righteous. Their hate is fucking retarded.
God damn it! Welcome to the Dirty Podcast. Man, we hate righteously over here. God damn it! I know that's right, man. Thank you, Dirty.
we are righteous, hateful patriarchs over here, bro. I didn't just fall out of the sky. I was born to this shit.
We are the true hateocracy
by the modern world.
Hey, we are the true hateocracy. We claiming it.
Hey, seriously though, like what's wrong with his statement? Like you live in the world, and you want to be successful in it, right? No matter what time, through time immemorial, to be successful in the world, you have to figure out like where you fit in, and you have to figure out either you can take like what is it, get down or lay down. You got to do one of the two.
And this is the thing.
And that's
how is it that as a modern black man, I'm supposed to have some kind of affinity to a mythological Africanness? this is not even true African history. It's a mythological African history I'm supposed to be loyal to when fucking Africans are not loyal to this alleged mythological history. Fucking Africans are trying to get this modern money. These Nigerian niggas is running digital banks frauds and shit. How the fuck I'm supposed to get back to that history? No, I'm an American. I'm a modern man. Let the Africans be modern and let me be modern too.
To add on to that run you just said, the whole African back to Africa movement was propagandized by the so-called fake Methodist preachers down in Philadelphia because they was trying to get that white man's money. That white man told y'all was Africans, and y'all believed them through the so-called fake ass black preachers back in the day. Y'all let Marcus Garvey, a so-called tether, finesse y'all to go back to a place that he didn't even die at.
Quit saying black. Don't play the crayon game. Give them a flag, nigga. They national, right? Give them a flag. Them fake ass Jamaicans coming over here cosplaying, telling you go back to Africa, and they never been to Africa. They went to Britain.
And W.E. Du Bois was a Haitian too. You forgot W.E. Du Bois was a Haitian.
African, bro. Think about that for a second.
Let me answer
that is real shit. Fucking foreigners told you was African, and now you've been wearing dashikis for 100 years. And the niggas that invented dashikis, they don't wear that shit. They be wearing our knockoff hand-me-downs. They look fucking retard.
It's like it's a five-fold grift spanning across hundreds of years.
It is. It's one of the longest grifts, bro. It's been grifting since grifting been grifting, bro.
Hey, Sam, can you articulate that for me down there in the chat room? Can you articulate that and pontificate that?
Africa predates the dead. I mean, come on.
Well, here's the thing. You asked what was wrong with what Hood said, right? Now, us males with sense know there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the reason why they hate Hood is because he's not looking at it through the liberal, white, feminist, and then black woman is God view to get to his place in the United States. And so that's why they hate him for it. There's a certain path that you have to travel with these people in order for them to be okay with it. If you travel any other path, which ironically is what's that dreadhead nigga we used to talk about, FD Signifier, which is ironically what he said. You have to travel through the white sphere of what it is to be black for black people to accept you.
And that's the bootleg. That's the bootleg method of thinking. Started by W.E. Du Bois, motherfucker Booker T. Washington, that motherfucking all them niggas from Alpha. What's that? What's that fraternity? You know what I'm saying? All them niggas right there that was sucking dick to the white man Bones and Skull and Bone Society to get their so-called papers. All them niggas motherfucking sellouts, right?
That is got dirty.
Hey, but get this. So like. All them cats, man, especially the new age ones, man, they all got identity crisis, man. They like FD Signifier, the meat man. He runs around here like he's not. He doesn't.
Meat man. Wait, did you call him the meat man?
No. To me, man, he doesn't seem like he has like all that confidence. Because you know how a man with confidence, they walk a certain way, they talk a certain way. It's almost like he's trying to like prove something. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to like do something to the audience, and it's just weird, man. Like he doesn't feel comfortable.
Let me add something to that. What FD Signifier is attempting to establish is a marker for the new masculinity. It is a pro-gay, pro-woman masculinity, which is kind of literally anti some of the hallmarks of traditional masculinity. The new men are the opposite of the old men, and that is what FD Signifier is attempting to establish. And this is why I drew a sort of line between a Taz, who is sort of useless in this kind of scenario, but he represents something like the common nigga on the street. Then you got FD Signifier. You got an FD Signifier who would give ideological cover to the common nigga on the street, who is basically a thug feminist. Oh God, that's a sick term. Thug feminist.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're all the biggest male feminists.
That is so disgusting.
Tupac was the biggest male feminist. Y'all keep on forgetting that shit, bro.
He was. You're not lying. He was, and this is why we get these ideas, right? Dear mama, you was always a crack fiend, mama, but you was a black queen, mama. That type of shit. I remember.
No,
Tommy
keep your head
Sotomayor.
up, bro. Keep your head up. Come on, bro. Shorty was a busser. Shorty was a busser. He go ahead, motherfucker, try to save her.
Tommy Sotomayor was the first
baby.
person I remember to really focus in on that line with Tupac about the Black Queen thing. But that's really it. You got the so-called thug nigga who should be above everything, but he's actually subservient to his mom. And this now that I mention that, you see this theme actually playing out in media stories where you got like I'm watching Penguin. You know, this is I think it's on HBO right now, but I watch Penguin, and the nigga is really a murderous savage, but like his mom is the reason for it all. It's such a bizarre Oedipus complex type of thing.
That was what's the name? What was the name? With dude that had the hotel, the Bates Hotel.
Norman Bates.
Yeah, same type of deal. Yeah. His mom was the motivation for all of his masculine rage. But that seems to be the black male trap. Like let's put aside Penguin and Norman Bates for a minute. But
Jason Voorhees too. My bad, Jason Voorhees.
No, facts. That these are all archetypal examples from media, but from a black male perspective, you kind of have to get a little bit more intimate with the explanation, because it is a more intimate problem with black men, because the actually it's a similar problem because it's the mother figure, but it's such a unique perversion of the mother figure that it creates a unique dynamic for black men.
I have black mother privilege. And I'm going to start breaking that down for y'all. Because there is a privilege for me as a black mother. I'm not going to have the same relationship. My sons adore me. My sons will put their life on the line in a New York minute over me. My sons will lose everything they have over me. Over me? It ain't happening. My sons will turn on their father over me. Over me? So when you ask me about my black sons, the relationship does not correlate the same to what I'm saying about black men.
Shout out to everybody who's been listening so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna wind this down pretty soon. We're not done yet, but we're in the home stretch, man. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate everybody who supported the show so far. Somebody else wanted to jump in real quick.
All right, I just want to say this real quick. It's really not that different. Here's the thing, because black women are professional fight promoters, right? You hide behind a girl that wants to see you dead, right? So even when you look at the swirling channels, which I don't, I just know what men and women say, right? So when black men swirl, they say they want a woman that's not Keisha. They just want peace. When black women swirl, they want white men to kill black men. They're always fight promoting. Always. You love your enemy. That's the issue. You're too Christian. That's why Christianity sucks. You're too Christian. You want to love your enemy, and your enemy is the person that puts you to bed and the person you sleep in the bed with. And that's the person.
But that's that modern day stuff though, dirty. Like
no, it's always been that.
No, it's a Disney version, because like he whipped the Pharisees, man, out of church. He's flipping over tables and stuff.
No, I want to talk about
and they tell you don't do that. Turn the other cheek. I'm like, but I thought there was a time for a sword. Yeah, I thought there was a time for a sword.
No, that's a whole different podcast, a whole different argument. The problem with monotheism, that you both love and you vengeance, that's a whole different thing. But I have a question, and I want to ask this to the panel. I want Hood to answer first, right? When did all black men become poor? When did all these rich niggas talk about poor black men? Like all the black women got money that they're getting from men, but all the men somehow broke. They all went to
but the numbers don't bear that out, dirty, and we're not going off the numbers. It's feelings.
But look, bro, I understand how girl math works. I do videos on girl math. How is this possible? How are all these prosperity pimps saying that? Look, bro, I've been six figures.
Dirty, hold on. Start from the beginning. You had a question you wanted me to answer first.
Yeah. How is it the FD signifiers of the world saying how they love women, hate men, want to see women rich, out of men's price range, so they can say they don't need a man, but they hate men, and all the men are poor schmucks that just have to live off a woman like Jody on Baby Boy, but everybody got bread. Somebody
let
laugh.
me hold on. Let me take a stab at it. Give me a second. I'm gonna do two things and then I'm gonna answer first. Let me do these two things and then I'm gonna answer.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes.
Yeah.
I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. This is an easy decision to make.
Save that clip, please.
Sorry.
That clip is saved. I'm gonna keep it. That was number one. Number two, and then I'm gonna answer.
Some of y'all went to Jack and Jill's. Some of y'all went to big mega churches. Some of y'all went to HBCUs. We are the children of the elite, and we were expected to follow in the footsteps towards this low-key, very white image of what being black excellence was supposed to be.
Somewhere, I would put this at, because I focus on the Black Panther era in Black history as a significant turning point, and not only Black culture but the Black gender relationship. The Black gender dynamics got flipped because of the Revolutionary era, and it's like I said, you turn the women into revolutionaries, and a revolution is a war. So you made the women into warriors, and warriors were not made to fuck. Like, warriors go out and conquer, and then they fuck what they conquer. So warriors among themselves aren't really meant to fuck, and that's where you fucked up the dynamic between black men and black women. Hold on, Dre. And hold on. And so, because that's where I start the error, that's where I start my answer, dirty folks, as to sort of why so many black men are on this path. We upended the dynamics between black men and black women because, and this is sort of an attack vector I used earlier, black men, they argue, they kind of figure that we need black women to fight the white man. We don't have it in us as men to overthrow what we call white supremacy. And so because we don't have it in us alone as men, we needed women. And that little sandwich of ideas, like the inversion of the black male female dynamic, plus the psychological acceptance of the white supremacy narrative, that is what led to this explosion of male feminism, where a lot of black men, for both reasons, they identify with significant points of the black feminist movement. It's for either it starts at the revolution, but it's either we can't defeat white men on our own, or we really love black women so much that we want them to have all these things that we think white men have, but they both kind of stem from that revolutionary era. But I'm done now.
But
how did they go
I gotta say this though. What as a black male feminist, what he thinks about Sojourner Truth's speech and a woman, and how she said that if you do give the damn black man the same willpower, the same power that the so-called white man have, he'll think that all right, look, I'm just gonna leave it right there.
I'm gonna read it for you. I feel that I have the right to have just as much as a man. There is a great stir about colored men getting their rights, but not a word about colored women. And if colored men get their rights and colored women not theirs, the colored men will be masters over the women, and it will be just as bad as it were before. That is a quote that is attributed to Sojourner Truth. I don't know that FD Signifier in particular is aware of that specific quote, because it is not incumbent upon those type of people to search out this type of information. This is what we search out in the pro-male sphere. Because you're pro-male, because we are pro-male, we are actually in the business of finding all the examples of female betrayal over the last 100 or so years, because that's how long this thing's been going on. But we look for this information because it's in our interest. We can't expect an FD signifier to really know, let alone engage with this knowledge.
Yeah, but if you presented that to him, he would explain it. He would explain it away somehow.
Somebody got
one at a time. One at a time. Andre, you were speaking.
Was that Andre or me?
True Hype. I'm sorry, True Hype.
Okay, all right. Yeah, like So like he would explain it away. He would say, "Oh, because of time period, because of men, because of racism, because of patriarchy." Even though you never had time to be a proper patriarch, especially this time period which he was alive. That's weird. And then Stanley in the chat, he said something earlier about black men being feminists. And the question earlier, Stanley, was why are there so many black male feminists? Not that black men automatically were feminists, but I mean, at least if you go to college or whatever, you're indoctrinated with these things. You have to at least understand that.
Well, it's a two-part thing. The black men who go through college, I think they get the feminist indoctrination, which it almost kind of absolves them because it's like you kind of just go through the system or whatever. It's like going through the military. It breaks you down to build you up. I think college has a similar sort of process, not as obviously aggressive. It's not as personality crushing as the military may be or used to be. I don't know if it's even like that anymore. We don't seem to have that type of military anymore. But the college system seems to have its own level of indoctrination process, right? But what fascinates me is not the college educated Negro per se. Like, I started this show out with the debate between Taz and Fatty. And Taz would represent like your very basic average hood nigga. And I know from experience a lot of these niggas haven't really thought through a lot of the type of arguments that we think through. And they naturally lean toward the feminism egalitarian argument. Hood niggas is feminist, bro. That's kind of not one criminal because I can't trust you niggas. You niggas love bitches too much to be out here breaking the law.
That's true. Hey, but this is clear whenever you like drill it down and just ask them questions without actually like too much input. And then another thing, right? FD signifier in that one clip talking about how he didn't like us, like or whoever. Be like, don't you have to know somebody not to like them?
No, not at all, bro.
No. Like, but dirty. Give me here, right? Like, I can say that because of pattern recognition, I can know to stay away from you, but I don't definitively know that if I like don't like you or not.
Yeah,
But I'm saying
I'm a mistrust. I'm gonna not trust you because my homie don't like you, but I will develop a dislike a lot quicker if my homie don't like you.
Look, I know for a fact that I don't like any woman from Chicago or Detroit. You don't have to tell me nothing.
Yeah, but that's a pattern recognition. If you was in LA and she was from there and she didn't tell you that, you'd be like, oh, okay. But that'd be one out of like whatever. That wouldn't make the rule. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
well, let me point something out, right? Because I think you guys are taking the FD signifier comment as he doesn't like you, and it's going to draw back to what I said. It's all about box. What I gathered from that was I'm pandering to black women because I want black women legs to be open. Allegedly, I don't want to sleep with you men. So I don't like you Negroes.
Wrong, then.
I don't think signifier is pandering for box. I am willing to accept him at his word that he's a happily married man with children and he's locked into his children. He's a dad, right? I'll accept him that he's locked into dad mode because there's a lot of liberal left-wing dads and he's not like gay or anything. He's not out there actually fucking guys. He might be intellectually homosexual, but I don't think he's gay in that. He's not a practicing homosexual, right?
Well, Hood, please.
I'm not gonna accuse him of practicing homosexuality, right? I think he's intellectually gay, but that's a different criticism. Totally.
Well, Hood, I'm just saying, please keep that quote intellectually homosexual. Please keep that.
I invented the quote. That's straight from here, right? Nobody else comes up with these things but me. These niggas are intellectually gay, bro. You got gay brain.
I mean, you need more people. You need more people, but I mean, okay, I believe it. Look, bro, let me tell you something, bro. Nobody talks about being gay adjacent that much and not be like, let me taste the rainbow. Like, you're not gonna make me believe it. But here's the thing. FD signifier says something, and it's really boomer. Like I have dads and uncles that's boomers. And what he said didn't really offend me. It just made me mad. I'm like, damn, he a boomer, and then he ain't even old enough to be a boomer. The dislike. Okay, my father and a lot of old men, but my dad in particular, because I know that dude and his brothers hate black men so much. To be a black man, it's incredible, right? Man, I don't do business with black men because black men go do nigga business. But you have a job. Do you do nigga business at your job, sir? No, but I'm the better man. And it all come down to being the better man. I went to college, I'm the better man. I work at I'm the better man. I got a pair of Jordans 2 days before they came out. I'm a better man. Better for who?
But
that's
just
a
real
weird
quick,
that's actually a weird thing, dirty folks, because like that's the Sergeant Waters argument. It goes back a long way in Black America, because I'm not against the "I'm the better man" argument per se. I'm so not against that. I'm not gonna like engage in it necessarily every single moment, but I get where that comes from, right? And here's the problem: I think Black folks' better man argument has kind of been fucked up with bad value judgments. Like, once we broke away from a traditional Christian morality ethos, our better man argument became about pussy and devotion to black women. And you're not the better man because you get more pussy. You're not the better man because you say nice words about black women. And that's where we are now. And that's what kind of fucks me up about the better man argument right now.
I agree with that. When
Hey,
I was
but you,
go ahead, bro.
my bad, dirty. I was gonna I was just gonna say that you left the church and you had to replace that with something else. So what was your religion? Your religion was like pimps and hoes.
Well, no. I think to answer that, what was your religion? Specifically, black people's religion is racism. But the religion of racism places black women in the God position, and that's how you tie it all together.
I kind of like that. But the better man in my day, right? To quote Jay-Z, you couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it. Like I got hella Tyler tales because I went outside and jumped off the porch too many times, right? And I lived and I was like, yo, this a crazy story. Like it'd been mad if I died, y'all be singing it's so hard. But I lived, so everybody laughed about it, right? That is a that is a trial by fire. I'm better than you. I put my 10,000 hours playing basketball, football, studying, you know what I'm saying, publishing, whatever. I put my 10,000 hours in and I'm better than you because I'm more qualified than you. And I don't have to say it. You know it's true when people call me and say, yo, I need such and such done. Can you do it? I'm better than you at what I'm good at.
Let me ask you a question, dirty folks. And I accept everything you said just now, but I want to kind of just ask the question and make a hard break and pose a question. Dirty folks, in your personal estimation, what makes a better man?
Are we talking about men or are we talking about black men? Because
I'm only asking you about men.
Okay, men. The 10,000 hours, bro. Like there's no definitive when it's like the LeBron James argument. If you have to tell me you're the GOAT, you're probably not the GOAT, right? When you go out of your way to to demean other people, to make them look smaller, to make yourself look bigger, you've lost the better man argument. That's the empty signifier thing, right? I am a better man because I articulate in such a way. I am married. I hit all the boxes I told you is white supremacy that you shouldn't do. I went to college. I got a wife. I got a child. I got a dog named Spot. I got a couple of dollars. I am middle class America, but I'm telling you, middle class America is racist. But send me cash apps. I'm the better man. That's that bullshit.
I wanna go around the table with this question, and then we're gonna wrap this up. True Hype. What in your personal estimation, what makes the better man?
Me personally or whatever, I would go more closer to the Christian ethic. And it'd be those traditional deals to be the better man. Trying to perfect your own crafts or whatever, being a man of value. Also, what I'm saying, being like the utility portion, but you have to be of substance to really truly be worthy of something. And like there's a point to where that's bad, but it's also good to move society forward as well.
American man. what do you think makes the better man?
I'm going to agree with True Height, but you know, it's morals, principles. You know, standing on your principles and your morals. You know, taking care of business. You know, whatever that looks like for each individual. That to me is sort of what makes you the better man.
Andre, what do you think makes the better man?
In
Mike,
terms of like, in terms of whose definition, like, are we
I'm
talking
not. I'm
female,
not
male, or
qualify. I'm not going to qualify it for you. I haven't done that for anyone else so far. I just want you to take it wherever you want to take it.
You're personal. You're personal.
a better man? I would just say a man that handles his business and doesn't fall into these like gynocratic ideologies and stereotypes and stuff. So you're not going to be a
Gynocratic,
simp, basically.
gynocratic
Basically,
ideologies and stereotypes. That hasn't been said yet so far. It just jumped out at me. Freeman's Journal. What, in your estimation, makes a better man?
Someone whose word is good. Someone whose handshake you can trust. You know, somebody you can call at 3 a.m. and tell them to bring a shovel.
I got. I like to think I'm on that friend list, and I only have a handful of people on that friend list as well. But maybe that's the way it should be.
Hey, and they show up with 2 shovels.
There you go, man. Because we gotta get this done.
well,
Yeah, we ain't got all day. It's almost 6 a.m.
Right, we ain't got all night. We ain't got all night. That's the thing.
All right,
my bad.
so
Can you please repeat the shovel part? I was reading the chat.
I said,
somebody call
okay,
at
so
3
what
in the
makes a
morning
better
with a
man?
shovel.
Somebody you can call at 3 a.m. and ask them to bring a shovel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they show up with 2. So so yes, and you know, just I always call it a solid dude, someone who's solid, right? You can tell that they have principles that they live up to all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
In varied situations, they maintain the same principles. You know, like and it's not always ideological, man. Like this, I know a guy was in the Navy. He was kind of liberal, atheist, whatever, right? But but his wife was like taking his kids to church, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I want them to absorb that because I don't want them to end up like any of the rest of these fruitcakes." Even though he's an atheist, right? He still had solid principles, and he was a military guy, and he wanted those principles enforced, even though he may not personally be on that train. He knew that was the source of those principles, and so he didn't trip on it. You know.
Isn't that funny how people recognize structure?
Yeah,
I think a lot of men we lean towards structure. I mean, even though some of us may rebel against it, it's our natural inclination to recognize structure, whether we lean into or lean away from it. I want to take this to Mr. O. I haven't asked you yet. What makes a better man, Mr. O?
Well, every gentleman make a round robin, basically explain what I was gonna say. You know, for the nice people in the crowd, but what Roscoe actually said in the chat, I actually agree with. What makes a better man is he acknowledges that he is a man, and he does what the fuck he damn well pleases, and he knows that he's better. That's it. That's all.
I want to thank everybody for answering that question. I wanted to have that out for posterity. As I posed the question, I answered it to myself, and I was trying to listen to you guys at the same time. But I think my answer to the question is the better man is a combination of 2 things. personal competence, and that might be measured by money or by mastery of a particular craft or something, but it's a combination of personal competence and family acquisition or achievement. The guy who's mastered his own personal craft and has actually maintained a family and carried a family along the way. I think those two individual things are the marks of the better man. Like, there are a lot of good men, but the better men have managed to do both of these things. They've managed to be personally great and maintain some kind of family stability with their personal greatness, because in my mind, that personal greatness has to sort of carry over into a next generation. It has to. Otherwise, it's in a vacuum, and vacuums are death. And you want that personal greatness to reverberate beyond your life. And that's why I think it's a combination between your own mastery of whatever lane you're in and carrying a family along with it. But that's my personal answer. I'm not arguing with anybody.
I'm not gonna argue with you, but since I was the one that brought in the better man argument, and that's why I started off, I said, are we talking about just men? Or are we talking about black men? And I agree with what everybody said, but what everybody described was not a better man. What you guys described was a man of integrity, a man of principle.
Aren't those the better men, though?
No.
I do what I damn well please. That's
why are they not? Hold on. Why are they not? Tell me that.
Okay. Please explain. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Because better man in itself is a concept, right? Like game. So you're a male if you're born with a penis, right? You're a man when you can provide for yourself. You're the man when you can provide for another man so he can provide for himself and his family too, right? So a man provides for himself and his family. The man, which would be like an employer or something like that, is a man who can help other men provide for himself and his family, right? The better man, and this is why I asked, are we talking regular or black? The better man only has to do with your impression on women to try to. It's a peacock plume thing. It's not real.
I think the question of regular men or black is a canard in and of itself. If you feel the need to differentiate, then let's just drop black from it totally. I'm talking about men. If you don't include black and men, so be it. But I'm talking about men.
I got you. And then I got you. Everything you said was right.
Dirty. Come on, man. Like if we're talking about the better man, like we're of the masculine the masculine perspective here. We're talking about between men, not between women.
I got what you guys saying, but what I'm saying is everything you guys said was right about what makes a good man, what makes a great man. Like, I would describe those as great men, not better men. It's you know.
Hold on. Maybe
you're losing me. You're losing me with your distinction, dirty folk. Go ahead, American man. You got
no. Hold on. Maybe I heard you wrong, right? And I'm going to say that I heard you wrong. Did you say the better man is based on what was your definition of the better man again?
When people try to act like they're the better man, it's normally an arrogance thing to stand on somebody else. I'm better. It's a thing that
no. Just go back to what you just said.
This question. That's what led us to this question.
Yeah.
But how do you answer the question itself? What makes the better man?
Right. Because right. So what was your answer of the better man? Because you went through a good man and a great man. But what was your answer of the better man?
It was something similar that Hood said as well, like merit and being a master of your craft and your destiny.
I need you to rewind this, Hood. I need you to rewind this because I know I heard what I heard.
You got to listen to the replay. You got to listen to the replay.
All I'm saying, and I'm not trying to be contrary, but all I'm saying is I understand what you guys are saying, and I agree with all you guys. I'm saying that the concept of better man, like what makes a man better than you, is different than what a person feels. Okay. Dumb people think they're better than you. The reason I asked black or man, right? And I'm not trying to be contrary, but you got to understand that everything that we think is great about being a man is anti-black culture, right? You the smart kid in class, you'll never forget you, right?
That's what I want to get into real quick. Hold on, real quick. Like when
You're
I was
getting into
listening
the
to
black shit, not the man shit, which is a distinction. But
Right.
okay.
That's what I was just that's all I was saying, bro. I was trying to distinguish between.
But fine. But to be fair, we bypassed all of that in your initial answer to the question. You're now delving into it, but we bypassed all that.
Look, what I wanted to bring up is this, right? Because it seems like FD Signifier, I think that's that guy's name, like he has some kind of perversion of chivalry. And I had a question, or at least a concept that I was trying to work out in my mind while I was hearing you guys argue about it, was just sort of like, what's the, I guess, the African equivalent of that? Because it seems like he's kind of like
we don't know because we're not African.
Yeah,
You would
I
have
wouldn't
to
even
ask a
know.
group of Africans.
I wouldn't even know where to go with that. But it's a fair question, perhaps, because we're American. But again, it kind of leads into the black thing, and I have no idea where I would go with that. I don't know what the African version of that answer is, and I'm not going to attempt to besmirch it. I want to jump to somebody else real quickly. The Midwest request, you jumped up on the panel just a second ago, and then we got Keep 'Em 100 up here. I want to get to both of y'all.
No, that's me.
I'm gonna pose the question to you, Midwest. What makes a better man?
I would say it kind of being reliable, as far as like when everybody asks you, I guess, for help, you're kind of not bullshitting them. It's kind of just being like stand up, like also taking care of your own business and being able to help out, but also like, you have your whole situation figured out. Like you shouldn't be asking other people to help you out unless you desperately need it, because you got to have some kind of like at least self-respect. There's people that don't have self-respect. They call themselves men. They may be aggressive and violent and everything like that, but that could only get you so far. Like, raw power could only get you so far. You got to use soft power as well. It's kind of mastering both worlds. Pretty much.
Oh, you talking about that bullshit? That bullshit.
No. Hold on. That soft power thing. That's something as a full adult, I recognize later that soft power is only the first level of real power. Like being able to beat somebody up. That's level one of actual power. Being able to convince other people to beat people up on your behalf. Now you're approaching the real power game. But there's levels to this shit, and so that's level one.
Charles Manson. Shit.
Right. There's levels to this shit, but
you conceptually, linguistically break some people's knees. Like people can't really do that all the time. They struggle even with simple concepts.
We were engaging the question, what makes the better man? And I wanted to pose the question at a certain level in the hopes of sidestepping the lower level distractions of what's a man and manhood and all that. What makes the better man seems to kind of get past all that. And that being said, I want to take it to Keep 'Em 100. You're probably going to be the last guest that we let on the panel for the night, because I got a few people that were trying to get in the room and it was crowded. You took the last spot, Keep 'Em 100. I'm going to ask the question directly to you now. What makes a better man, Keep 'Em 100? Welcome to the show, by the way. It's always good to talk to you, bro.
Most def. Good looking. Y'all can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, you're straight, bro. Go for it.
All right. Now, not to offend nobody, I think that people are going to answer this question and it's going to let us know everything about whether they are a slave or a master, right? And when I say that, what I'm used to hearing, especially from black men, is that they define their manhood by how much they are useful to someone else. Okay. When I hear people say, a better man is somebody who can be counted on and this and that and the other, it sounds great, but that doesn't make you a better man. It makes you a better friend. It makes you a better brother. It makes you, maybe a better worker or something like that. But before you're any of that, because all of that is subjective, when you're a better man, right, you're able to take care of self. You're able to depend on self. You're self-sufficient. You believe in yourself. And that's something that I don't hear enough black men talking about, is who are you to yourself? Before you even talk about who are you to the next man or some woman out there, who are you to yourself? And that is the master mentality. The slave mentality defines himself by who he is to others. I am a better man because I don't have to ask nobody for shit. I'm a better man because I believe in myself. I take initiative. I wake myself up in the morning. I take myself to work. I get my own money. I do all of those things myself. Now, who I am to you is defined by our relationship. So a better husband, a better father, a better friend, a better brother, all of those things are separate from being a better man. Because when you're a man, you are a man unto yourself. Okay? So for everybody that disagree with that, that's fine. If you want to define yourself or your manhood or being a man by how you serve others, just remember, being a man, that's who you are. You were born that. And the better man you are, right? The better you are to yourself. Because all those other things I said earlier are relationships. So someone said in the comment section, even a king, you're a great king if you're great to your subjects. But again, that is a relationship between you and your subjects. You're a man before that. Okay.
Let me jump in right there, Mohammed. When you mentioned the royalty, the nobility aspect, and I think I may be saying this wrong because I tried to think of this a while before on another stream. The idea of the noblesse oblige or something like that, where it's like the idea that the nobility have a duty to their subjects, right? And it's not a servitude in the sense of slavery.
No,
where like I'm a direct servant. So when you say and I'm kind of trying to thread the needle, keep it 100 without disagreeing with everything you laid out, because I don't quite disagree with you, but I think there's a layer of nuance that we need to add. It's not so much that my manhood is viewed as an act of service or servitude. Well, it's service definitely, but it's not servitude in a forced, indefinite manner.
I get it, but it's
And hold on. Let me expound on that though, because this is the explanation is right here. You master yourself to the point that the self becomes a benefactor to the other selves around you.
Right.
And that's not an act of servitude. That is benevolence. Now you master the self so much that you can afford benevolence without it being anything like slavery.
Right. But you understand that you could be benevolent to a woman and not your children. So those
Whoa, hell no.
No,
I would be benevolent to my children before a woman, but I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Hold on. Let's not all lose our minds. I just don't know what that means. So
listen to the point. Listen to the point that I'm making. Once you define.
Keep it 100 not a boomer.
Once you define.
No, I'm saying what I'm just. He said you can be.
Let's let him define what he means, right? Let's allow him to define what he means.
Please. Let's have a second of order. 100, you were interrupted. Please finish.
So once you go there, right? Then what you do is because you can be a quote unquote, according to your logic. Let me start there. You can be a better man to someone and then not be a better man to someone else, right? When better should be defined by the relationship. So when I said woman versus children, you can be a better father than a husband, right? Those two things are based on the relationship that you have with those people. So yeah, everything that you said, servitude versus service or benevolence, I agree with all that, but that has nothing to do with being a man. A woman can similarly do the same thing. But
I think you got so nuanced, and you're not wrong in your nuance, but you got so nuanced it like obscures the argument. Because like, all right, for example, the situation you're laying out, it now depends on a value judgment. For like this, if you're a better father versus a better husband within the context of a marriage, I have nothing to say about that because life's complicated, and why would I jump in that? If you're a better father versus a better boyfriend to some bitch you're fucking, that's the way you should be.
Right. But what I'm saying is, again, you're using the wrong words is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you define better man by relationships vary and they're subjective to.
Well, I'm asking amongst
hold
men,
on.
though. Well, I'm asking among men because we're all men here, and I'm not even weighing this against women's emotions. I'm really asking men
But a
how
lot
men
of us,
judge what a better
I
man
want to
is.
take a stab at this.
Hold on. So
Okay.
let me finish my point, so because I want people to understand, because I'm in and I'm out. What I'm saying
All right.
is a lot of us grew up, and even your FD signifier, you're saying you're asking men, and a lot of men will define being a man or being a better man or manhood based on whatever culture they grew up in and how they were raised to believe that. So that doesn't make it better. What I'm saying is we got to get away from that. Now, what I'm saying is also everything that you guys are laying out has to do with what your relationship is to someone, because your kids can think you're a better man than your wife, but it has nothing to do with being a man. It has more to do with being a father, because that's your relationship to them, and your relationship to that woman is whether it be boyfriend or husband or whatever. You have to define it correctly. So you can be better in one relationship than the other, but being
I don't know that anybody who answered that question.
Okay.
I don't know that anybody who answered that question on this panel, at least, kind of defined it in terms of women, though. But
what I'm saying is,
let me take a stab at it, Hud.
One second, let him wrap this up, and then you jump in next. Go ahead, honey.
Whether it be about women or anyone else, what I'm saying is the minute you start defining better man by who you are to, I don't care who it is, right? Then you kind of muddy the definition when it should be about being a better man first, and then who you are to other people defined by the relationship. So I'm just saying you make it subjective when you do that. That's all.
Okay.
American man, you were wanting to jump in.
Who did that? So 100, right? I think you may have heard one small thing and blanketed on everyone, and you did not get the totality of what everyone was saying, right? Because I don't believe that the total sum of men that are up here said, yeah, it's all defined by us serving people. So you may have heard one little thing. You may have heard, brother, I listen to you. You may have heard one thing that you disagree with, and then you decided that's what everyone was saying. Now, let me take a stab at your definition of what I believe you to be saying, right? When you came up here initially, you said that a man has to take care of himself, has to be whatever type of astute man he is to be able to help other people, correct?
That's not
self first, right?
I didn't say none of what you're saying, bro. A little bit.
Sir, hold on. I'm not going to talk. Look, I'm not going to regurgitate verbatim what you said. No, I said I'm giving you the roundabout.
No, it's
right.
Wrong though.
You did not say self. That wasn't the one thing. Was the better man has to first take care of himself, get up, drive himself to work. That was not one of the things that you said makes the better man.
Partly, but then you went into other territory that I didn't touch.
I didn't go into other territory. Again, I am not going to regurgitate verbatim what you said.
See, I don't want to turn this into an argument. You asked me what I said, and
it's not an argument. Just because we're disagreeing doesn't mean it's an argument. That's how little things.
Hold on, for the sake of time, American man, can you move on to the point you wanted to make?
Yeah, do that.
The point that I wanted to make was because you can't. Well, to me, right? You can't be a better person for anyone else until you've become a better person for yourself, until you've done your own work to build yourself up. Then you could be of service to properly raise a family. Then you could be of service to let's say go out and help your community. That's the point that I want to make.
But those two things are mutually exclusive, though.
Yeah, but like,
hold
like,
on. How can they be mutually exclusive if there's no one else to accept that you're out? Like, if you're not beneficial to other people, then how do you judge your quote betterness?
Again, if you're going based on other people's judgments, other people are gonna have different experiences of you. So whose experience are we to go by?
Well, no, let me not make it about other people's
No,
judgments, because
but
that
you
seems
kind
to
of
be
are.
hold on. Let me try something here. I'm trying to bridge a gap. Let me try something here. Instead of saying other people's judgments, let's look at it as, are you useful to your overall community around you? That's not necessarily individual per se, but are you useful? Can a random person extract some use from you? That is kind of what we're trying to frame this around. Not necessarily like you doing just general little stupid favors.
No, I get it, but then we have to judge a person's manhood by the random person's experience with them.
Whoa, hold on. Should a man not have some level of value? And if so, how do we judge that?
Yes, yeah, but you understand exactly. But again, if you're judging it, you guys are saying one thing, I'm saying something else. You guys are judging better man on based on a subjective value, based on his relationships or his usefulness to different people, which will vary. Right?
Yes, but I'm also trying to get your particular value judgment just for the sake of hearing it.
No, but I answered the question in the beginning. He said, he took it to, well, you got to be this in order to serve these people over here. And in order to serve these people was not part of what I said. Now, what you do in service to other people.
It's not what I said either.
But listen, it's defined by the relationship, and all relationships have definitions. You are a father in relationship to your children. You are a husband in relationship to your wife. You can be a better man than most men, but a poor husband. Those two ideas are mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
you guys are struggling with it.
No, it's not necessarily a struggle.
I accept nuance. Hold on. I accept I accept that you input nuance to the argument. That's not a problem. But you seem to input a contradiction that nobody else has. There's no contradiction here. We're not. I don't think we're arguing here.
No,
not to mention.
Hold on, let me get this in because it was said and I didn't respond to it. What I'm saying, I'm not applying to everyone here. I'm only applying to the people that said it. So when somebody jumped in, I don't know, got my man's name. He said, "Well, you're putting this on everybody." No, I'm for anyone who said that, and I'm only addressing that part of it. I didn't come here and say, "Oh, y'all niggas don't understand." No, I'm saying to the people who feel this way about being a better man or manhood and everything like that. What you guys don't understand is you're kind of doing the FD signifier thing without even knowing it.
Okay. I accept that, but I think that's where the nuance has to be applied, because I am not attempting to be a better man for the sake of someone else's benefit exclusively. And I think that's where the FD signifier path would lead you. It's like, you be a better man in service of women. And I'm like, nah, fuck these bitches. I want to be great.
I get it.
Wait. Because I'm gonna say Stanley right, because I don't even feel like arguing with him, because none of us said that. None of us said that. But
you gotta say fucking Stanley, by the way, at least once.
But no, I ain't gonna say fucking Stanley. But look,
you just did. Thank you.
But the FD signifier, which is how we got to the better man thing, because I use that example. The FD signifier thing is, he is better than you by saying you ain't shit. What everybody on this panel said is 10,000 hours of mastering your craft, or man being
dirty. Signifier is saying he's better than you because he loves black women.
Yeah, whatever, man.
That's crazy work.
That's literally what he's on.
It
is crazy. Crazy, but that's what he's on though.
Look, I understand that piece, but what I'm saying is, like, you can't give you, like, if you're talking about self, you have to improve self first. Self is the baseline. Better is above that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Hood, please, can you run back that can you run back the footage of the question of whether FD simps for black women or not. I think he answered that.
But does he simp for black women? I don't remember. Did FD simp for black women?
You don't remember?
What?
It's funny. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge
But
Farm
I want to
remembers.
address this simping allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes. I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. This is an easy decision to make. Sorry.
Niggas always got to show their teeth.
I'm telling y'all, that's based on bots.
What's the one YouTuber he got into it with? The black female that he.
That was like Kid Logic, I think.
Yeah, that was he was real testy with her. He was really testy with her, man.
We did a lot tonight. I'm not gonna get a chance. I'm not gonna pull that up because we're gonna get out of here in a minute. But SKC, I knew about this a while ago. SKC mentioned this about him and Kid Logic. Kid Logic had a beef with the whole quote cornbread tube, which is like the black communist gone niggas. But
crazy.
I got to look into Kid Logic on my own time. And it's like a young black woman, by the way. So he's not opposed to beefing with black women.
Hey, real quick too, like, go ahead.
Can you hear?
Dirty folks. I thought you would have known by this.
Yeah, being a better man starts. So like,
go ahead.
Go, Hunter. You being a better man. You got it.
So when we talk about FD Signifier, he has chosen his manhood to be subject to women, right? Now, guys on the panel might say, "Fuck these hoes. I'm not a man because I'm good to women. I'm a man because I'm good to blank," right? Right? But again, whoever's not blank will not see you as the better man because you're not being benevolent to them. Again, the subjectivity is where it falls apart. And what I'm saying is,
no, it doesn't. It's man over matter. If I don't man, you don't matter.
Hey, bro, I wasn't done. What I'm saying is your relationship to someone, right, has everything to do with subjectivity. So if you're better to your kids, like you say, Hood, you say, I'd rather be a good man to my kids. No, that makes you a better father. Okay, it makes you a better father because that is your relationship to them. You just have to make sure you define yourself by the correct words, because you can be a bad man, but you can be a good father. You can be worthless, like I think it was Dirty. It's Dirty Folks that said, something about confidence or this, that, and the other. You got dudes out here that they can't get their shit together, but they're great fathers. They're good to their children. They might be broke. They can't do this. They can't do that. They baby mama might think they ain't shit, but they kids love them because they're good fathers. It's all subjective, bro.
But
I'm not going to argue with your infinite nuance. It's too much kung fu.
Yeah, but typically you would point that out, and you wouldn't call that man a better man. You just say, "Hey, he's a good father." You would point out the nuance.
Like you ain't shit, but you a good father though. Like that's a very easy thing to say. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, and I've heard men say that today.
You ain't shit to who though?
But no, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'll give you an example. Right?
It does matter.
Messi is probably the best soccer player in the world, but I don't watch soccer. But I know he's the best soccer player in the world, right? Or him and Ronaldo, right? But I don't even watch soccer, right? But for those who watch soccer, Ronaldo and Messi are the man. I would know him if I walked past him in the airport, right? That's the subjective part, but it doesn't take away from the fucking probably 1 million hours of craft that they put in to be the best at their craft.
Who's that Dirty, right? Dirty.
It's important to what's important to.
Okay, but important is also subjective. So to the people who know that man personally outside of soccer, they might think he's full of shit because he done some fucked up shit to them. But to the soccer fans, he's great because he can kick a soccer ball. Again, subjectivity.
Well, I think SKC he put a great cap on this like whole conversation. The subjectivity of self-defining, and this is where a religious order would come into play, because we are all attempting to define what pleases God to some degree, right? And without the actual order of religion to have a definitive answer for that, it all becomes the subjectivity of self-defining.
Well, like R. Kelly, I mean, isn't R. Kelly like the subjectivity of this? I mean, if
he was the better man right until he got locked up.
Now, to be fair, if you're from Chicago, he was never the better man.
I know. This is what makes it crazy. I'm joking. I'm fucking joking.
Chicago.
I mean, from the outside looking in, I mean, he made a good kid song that be played at every graduation to this day. He basically
I believe I can fly. Goddamn, that shit was everywhere for a minute.
Come on, that was Michael Jordan theme song, bro. He did that for Fly, but
Space Jam. It was Space Jam.
It was Space Jam. The real Space Jam, not that corny ass shit with LeBron. Anyway, basically, if you take away the people will go ahead and say he's a monster, but everybody will still step to the name of fucking love. They will still try to make fucking babies off his fucking R&B hits, especially the Red album. Let's be real.
But here's the problem.
And bitches, and guess what? The bitches will always say, like, yeah, he did all that nasty shit to them so-called little girls, but where's he at? I want to go visit him. I still listen to his music. I still love R. Kelly, but he fucked up. See, they can never separate the nigga from the art, even from himself.
Okay, but
why do women have rape fantasies? But anyway, take it home, dirty folks. I'm going to close it down in a second. Take it home.
I want to use R. Kelly as an example, but I want to use it on the opposite, right? So outside the craft, right? And I tell my little cousins, I told them this when they was little, never judge a man by the words of a woman, because women don't know shit. So you being a good father but not a good husband, girls don't like that no way. They never happy. But here's the thing. R. Kelly wasn't good to men either. Like no men liked R. Kelly. Right?
Yeah.
So him being a quote unquote monster because somebody had consensual sex, I don't care about that. You're not good to security. You're not good to the dudes you hoop with. You're just an asshole, like all the way around the board.
Yeah, but he makes good music, and that goes back to that.
Well, 100. Before you say anything, answer this question on the screen real quick, because I do want to get it out. I want to wrap this up, but this is it's an interesting question just for you. Do you think there is any way to have an objective answer on the better man topic?
I gave it. That's the first thing I gave.
Well, you did answer it without getting into. All right, fair enough. You did answer it directly without getting into the nuance. I will acknowledge that.
So no, the first. Let me just lay it out for him. The first answer I gave was the objective, and everybody responded with subjective.
So yeah, it went somewhere else after that. You're right.
Right. So what we're discussing right now is the subjectivity of better man. So like even I think that was Dirty Folks just talking, or was it SKC?
No, that was
Dirty Folk. It was Dirty Folk.
Right. So Dirty is talking about R. Kelly right now, and I forgot who brought up the soccer player. Was that SKC?
No, that was
Dirty also.
That was Dirty.
SKC's not here on the panel at all. It's Dirty Folks.
Technically, Mr. O brought up R. Kelly though. Technically, that was Mr. O.
Yeah. Okay.
But Dirty, what I'm saying to you is. You just use R. Kelly's example. He wasn't shit to his people. He wasn't shit to this one, that one, that one. But he was a great artist. Right? So that goes. So then he's the man, right? He's the better man to everybody to listen to his music. This is using your soccer player example, where you said, "Well, to the soccer fans,
no, I give you that. Great. I give you that.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
You kind of flipped your own script there.
No, I didn't flip my own script. I don't know Messi's friends. We know R. Kelly, but my point.
I think the argument. Hold on, because I do want to wrap this up, but I think you kind of did tie it together nicely, and I don't think you guys are disagreeing, Dirty Folks.
I don't care. I don't care about that.
I think the nuance did apply. So yeah, there is certain objective manhood measures, and I'm gonna come back to the man part, but there are certain objective manhood measures, and I think. As a panel of this 9, 10, 12 maybe guys that were on this panel tonight, we kind of did answer the question in somewhat of a unison without getting into weird racial politics. Like there are certain social qualities like of achievement and competence that fill the better man slot. And then there's nuances to it and all that. That being said, that was actually the great place to end, because I do want to wrap this up. We've been at this for about 4 hours, and I wanted to give a few minutes of a closing monologue, and now we're cutting into my closing monologue time. But I got to thank everybody for coming up. Shout out to 100. Appreciate you coming through, by the way. I don't talk to you all that often, but I appreciate your presence on the panel.
No doubt.
And shout out to Dirty Folks. We have the Midwest Request, Mr. O, Freeman's Journal, Andre, American Man, True Hype. We had a few other people. If I got your name, my apologies. We had a few people come through the panel tonight. We had a lot of people come through the show. I think we hit like 150 something listeners tonight. That's what you get for going at the big dogs. You know, your numbers boost up a little bit. But that's what we gotta do. We gotta yeah.
My bad. You forgot the smoke detector. That one guest we got on the panel.
Who was that?
I don't know who it was, man, but I be chirping.
As I said, I be forgetting sometimes, man. I be drinking, I be smoking. I don't remember everything, but yeah, I'm trying to think of everybody that came through. But I like this style of conversation, this style of content where we kind of, we can be funny and we can have arguments and shit, but there are arguments to attack at the same time. And I appreciate you guys taking this little mission with me. Shout out to everybody that came through, but we are closing this one down. We're going to put this one in the can for the night. This is a show for the books. I feel like we did great work here tonight, by the way, but that's just me. My voice may not count beyond my own channel, but I think I did great work. I think we all did great work, and that's what I'm thanking you all. That being said, we got to close this one down. Shout out to everybody in the audience, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Throw $1 in the hat on your way out. Please at least touch the collection plate like you're in a real church. Peace, y'all.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.